Welcome to this explainer. Picture this. It's 2 a.m. A SEV0 incident has just been declared. Core payment systems? Down. Slack channels? Literally exploding with red alert emojis. And the executives? Yeah, they're demanding immediate answers. As an IT support engineer, you're squarely in the hot seat. You've got to keep stakeholders in the loop without distracting the engineers who are desperately trying to fix the actual problem. Honestly, how you communicate in this exact moment is going to make or break the company's trust. So today, we're going to master the art of the incident update email.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever hit send on an incident update and immediately regretted it? We've all been there, right? You're under immense pressure, and you just type out this hasty, vague, jargon-filled update to get people off your back. You hit send, and boom, almost immediately, your inbox is flooded with even more confused, angry replies from stakeholders who didn't understand a single word you just said. It is a terrible feeling. But the good news is, it doesn't have to be this way.
Before we get into the actual mechanics of writing these updates, consider this number, 86%. According to industry data, 86% of customers value good communication over technical speed. I mean, let that really sink in for a second. During a major outage, how clearly and confidently you communicate the issue is just as important, and honestly, maybe even more important, than how fast you actually deploy the fix. Really good communication reduces frustration and totally preserves your company's reputation.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. 1. The stakes of incident comms. 2. 5 elements of professional updates. 3. Common incident email mistakes. 4. The live email rewrite. And 5. Scenario, payment processing outage. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The stakes of incident comms.
When systems break, chaos is the absolute default state. I really love this quote from our source material on incident response frameworks. During an incident, status is the truth. Everything else points to it. So, what does this actually mean? Well, it means there must be a single, undeniable source of truth. If your internal Slack says one thing, but your customer-facing email says another, you lose all credibility. As the incident commander or support engineer, when you completely own that single source of truth, you absorb the panic, you manage the expectations, and crucially, you buy your engineering team the silent, uninterrupted time they need to actually fix the database.
Moving right along to Section 2, 5 elements of professional updates.
So the crucial point is, you shouldn't be writing from scratch during a crisis. You need a mental checklist. Every single professional incident update must hit these 5 elements. First, impact. Who's affected and what can't they do? Second, root cause. And this is a big but, only if you actually know it for sure. No guessing allowed. Third, current status. What is happening right this very second? Fourth, next steps. What is the team actively doing to mitigate the issue? And fifth, this is literally the golden rule, next update time. You absolutely must explicitly state when the stakeholders will hear from you again. It's like magic. This simple structure replaces chaos with pure predictability.
Section 3. Common incident email mistakes.
Now, even with a great framework, it's incredibly easy to fall into traps when the heat is really on. So here is the absolute golden rule of incident communication. Describe symptoms, not systems. Most communication completely fails because engineers naturally want to talk about the internal mechanics of the failure. But here's the reality. Your customers and business executives, they do not care about database shards or garbage collection pauses or microservice pods. They care about the symptoms. They care that the checkout button is broken. You always need to translate the internal technical failure into the external business impact.
Building on that, beware of these 3 villains of incident emails. These guys actively destroy stakeholder trust. The first villain is vague language. Words like soon or shortly. They create massive anxiety because they mean totally different things to different people. The second is technical jargon for business readers, which we just touched on. It completely alienates them. And the third villain? An overly apologetic, panicky tone. When you say, "We are so sorry, we're trying our absolute best," you know what? It doesn't sound empathetic at all. It just sounds like you've completely lost control of the situation.
This brilliantly illustrates the difference between amateur and professional communication. Making up a fake ETA, like saying, "We will have this fixed in 10 minutes, is a deadly trap. Because if you miss that 10-minute window, trust drops straight to zero. Now, the good example shows true professional confidence. Admitting honest uncertainty, saying resolution time is unknown at this time, but pairing it with a strict, predictable, next update at 3:15 p.m. is just vastly superior. It establishes strict boundaries and shows you are managing the timeline, even if you don't actually have the fix yet.
Section 4. The live email rewrite.
Let's open up our text editor and transform a disastrous email line by line. Now, what's really interesting about this is the dramatic shift in perspective. The bad example is clearly written by an engineer for an engineer. Experiencing database replication lag on Shard3 causing cascading microservice failure? That means absolutely nothing to a VP of sales or a customer. It's just noise. The good example strips all of that away and focuses entirely on the symptom. We are currently experiencing an outage affecting the checkout process. It's clear, it's factual, and it tells the business exactly what is at risk right now.
Next, let's look at how we handle the action plan and the timeline. The bad version is just full of frantic energy. We're restarting the pods, which is irrelevant technical detail. We hope to fix it soon, dangerously vague, and adding sorry at the end, it just sounds so unprofessional. Now look at the good rewrite. It completely strips away the panic. We are investigating the issue. See? That shows calm ownership. Next update time, 3:30 p.m. That creates a reliable communication rhythm. Just like that, your authority and your calm are totally restored in the eyes of the reader.
Section 5. Scenario: Payment Processing Outage.
Okay, let's apply these exact lessons to a high-stakes, real-world support scenario. It's the ultimate nightmare situation. Your payment processing has completely failed. You currently have 200 angry enterprise clients who cannot complete their checkouts. Revenue is bleeding by the minute, account managers are panicking, and you are right in the hot seat to manage the communications while the engineering team works the problem.
To survive this, you're going to rely on a strict, predictable cadence. We are going to send an initial alert at the 5-minute mark, a status update on mitigation at the 20-minute mark, and finally a resolution message at the 30-minute mark. This predictable rhythm is exactly what keeps clients informed and buys the engineering team the breathing room they desperately need to actually execute the fix.
Let's look at the very first communication at t=5 minutes. Notice what is not here. There's no root cause, there's no wild guess at an ETA, and absolutely no technical jargon. When an incident first breaks, your only job is to acknowledge the issue quickly so stakeholders know you're on it. We are investigating reports of a checkout outage. Next update, 15 minutes. That's it. It's short, it addresses the symptom, and it sets a firm timer for your next check-in.
Let's move to that update and see how this builds. 15 minutes have passed, so we're now at the 20-minute mark overall. The engineers are applying a fix. Your update needs to reflect exactly that, without getting bogged down in the weeds. Mitigation is in progress for the checkout outage. Next update, 15 minutes. You're staying entirely focused on the external impact. You aren't explaining exactly how you're mitigating it, just that action is actively being taken, and you maintain that absolutely crucial 15-minute promise loop.
Finally, at the 30-minute mark, the engineers confirm the systems are totally stable. You send the resolution email. The checkout outage is resolved, a post-incident summary will follow. Notice that you firmly close the communication loop. You declare the system healthy, but you also promise a structured follow-up. This shows real accountability. You aren't just sweeping the outage under the rug, you're committing to sharing what you learned. And really, that is how you build long-term trust with your customers and your business leaders.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final, provocative question. Is your next incident update going to inform your stakeholders or just confuse them? The next time the alarms go off and you're tempted to frantically type out a panicked, jargon-heavy email, remember this framework. Describe symptoms, not systems, admit honest uncertainty, set a firm next update time, and completely own the narrative. You've got the tools now to bring calm to the chaos. Good luck out there.